Okay, welcome back. We just finished studies of several chapters on phase transition, which are all described in my book. But what I am trying to do here, take you through several aspects and give you more of the physics and the physical picture. Many cases, like we did in Zeldovich and or on the partition functions, and many other cases, be it on the Landau theory. We did the mathematics, but we will do now again some mathematics, but that is not the real aim, because details of mathematics you can get in my book, the statistical mechanics, this book you can get it in all the chapters are there, though what I am teaching not in the same chapter, because I want to make it interesting, I want to make it engaging to students, and I want to make it worthwhile for them. They should know why they are studying, I do not believe that one should study because it is a course material. One must have some amount of enjoyment. I am not saying fully you have to be ecstatic and jump up and down, but you should have some amount of involvement and some liking for the subject, otherwise it will not stay with you. And not only equations won't stay with you, but physical pictures will stay with you. Now coming, okay, so we were doing Landau theory, phase transition, free energy functional. Landau free energy wrote down the beautiful free energy functional that if it is F naught, which is eta equal to 0, then E dot of L eta then B like that, and then since free energy has to be minimum, then this df dt d eta has to be 0 at df d eta at has to be 0 at eta equal to 0. That immediately means this term disappears, and then we are left with simpler things, and that is f eta f naught plus b eta square plus c eta cube plus d eta 4, and then this thing I can just remove for the time being and make this delta f. So then I have b eta square and c eta cube, and this is important temperature dependent term, and for first order phase transition I need the asymmetry of metastability and hysteresis, I need the C term, but for critical phenomena where I have a flat like that, then it becomes like that, I do not need this term. So because of parity, because free energy must be same here and they are equally displaced from origin, one is minus and the plus, so no odd term can be there. So then the free energy just eta square eta plus. So this is sometimes called 5-4 theory and very common in field theory where these things are. So this was the Landau, beautiful. Then one can go ahead and can get the entropy from here, and one can get the I will do it again when I do the critical phenomena a little bit more. We can get the entropy from here, we can get the specific heat from here and the similar things, but that I will do a little bit more when I do critical phenomena. Right now I am doing the first order kind of phase transition and similar things which are more we need it much more in physical chemistry and materials chemistry, this nucleation and the Ostwald step rule and similar things. Now we also did but now many of the phase transitions require the heterogeneity. So there must be a homogeneous system must become heterogeneous, because this we create a an embryo in a so there is heterogeneous, any fluctuations of the new phase is a heterogeneous fluctuation. So there is a density fluctuation, gas liquids, when gas goes to liquid suddenly a hugely more dense region comes, and but when in chemical engineers do the cavity bubble forms inside a liquid, boiling liquid, that is how it evaporates, then you suddenly have a very low density region in a dense region. So this is heterogeneity, because this huge density change takes place at the surface as I go through. Okay. So now, so how do I describe that heterogeneity? Landau theory cannot describe the heterogeneity, it has the macroscopic density in it. That is why Ginzburg-Landau comes in. Ginzburg-Landau now tells me, okay, if I have a order parameter or density as a function of z, then the way to get the free energy is you get the free energy as a function of, okay, this let me then a as eta as a function of z, this f is this f is this Landau free energy. So, this is Landau. However, when I create the heterogeneity, I have to describe that, and that is done by using a harmonic. And this is which allows me to vary order parameter like this, that an order parameter in a gas liquid solid interface or at nucleation, then this is called the famous Ginzburg-Landau free energy function. In nucleation what we do? We said, okay, I have something like that, and this is the new one, it has to nucleate from the old one, and then what do? We do Becker Doring, and this is goes over a barrier, comes like that. Okay. So, this is the nucleation R star, we did it R, and this delta G R. Okay. That is delta G as a function of order parameter, this order parameter, and but this is a function of R. So, one has to be careful. Okay. But now I am going to, so we have done nucleation, we have done surface tension. I described how one talks of surface tension, because you create a surface and then you go through the surface, and creation of surface means you go through the an interface, and this region is neither here nor here. Surface tension always the equilibrium, so free energy is the same. So, this region is rather in this unfavorable domain. So, since it has to go through, there is no other option, and one phase to other phase has to create this interface, and creation of interface has to put matter in the free energy, large free energy barrier. Now, the system tries to minimize the free energy, and the way it minimizes the free energy, it plays around with the profile. So, now you have to put in this thing, that is what Ginzburg-Landau does, that there is a variation which costs you energy, and there is the putting in the unfavorable which also costs you energy, both costing you energy, but you have to minimize that, and that gives you surface tension. So, that is why this is a statement you have always said that why raindrops are spherical, because it minimizes the surface. Okay. And so, it is the same principle that is working there. So, now what you have done till now, we are going from one minima to another minima. However, there is a large class of phenomena where something else happens, like when a volcano erupts, and there is many pattern in nature we see, formation of patterns, they go through completely different setup, and this is the phenomenon of spinodal decomposition. This is again is a very famous and well known subject in phase transition and in material science, because this is something always taught in materials metallurgy departments. So, here what happens, we consider the following thing, we have a homogeneous phase at high temperature, homogeneous mixture of A and B, homogeneous high temperature. Now, we suddenly quench it. For example, say we have a temperature, scale temperature just 1. I want to quench it very far, I want to quench it to 0.1. And that happens, see, when you take the volcanic rocks, you find that there are many of the volcanic rocks have beautiful pattern. Okay. Many of the patterns are because of this iron bearing salt, and you find the stripes, same stripes you find in zebra, you find the same stripes many places in nature, and the reason is that these are non-equilibrium processes. So, now I suddenly quench it, but what happened at low temperature? Low temperature, this is not homogeneous. Low temperature A and B phase separated. So, A is is with A and B is with B. Like you can do aluminum and manganese, and that alloy. It's a homogeneous mixture, high temperature. Quench it, they phase separate. Now these are happening, maybe happening all in solid state. So in high temperature they are disordered, but when you go to low temperature they separate. However, I do it suddenly. So then suddenly the system finds that it is put in this region. So this is the free energy, and this is the maybe composition, which is the order parameter here. So it is so defined that the composition is 0 when they are homogeneous. So you can say it is XA minus XB is the composition, order parameter, 50-50 mixture. So completely mixed, so minimum here is where this quantity difference is 0, and is there harmonic, as we are describing again and again. Fluctuations are harmonic in the first order simply because the first derivative is 0, because it has to be minimum with respect to free energy. Free energy must be minimum with respect to fluctuation. That is the thing. The first term goes to 0. So first term, the relevant term comes this harmonic term, that means delta x square. Okay. Then delta x cube could be there, but for small fluctuation delta x cube is also not important because delta x cube is small. So initially it is always harmonic like that. Okay. Now they are low temperature, they are phase separated. So they are just like the coexistence I have been drawing whole morning or previous lectures. So this is A phase and this is B phase, they are phase separated. So A and B are phase separated, and indeed now when I quench something like that, is very interesting thing going to happen. The system now has to go into this phase and is to go into this phase. However, it is a homogeneous system. At high temperature they are homogeneous. A and B are mixed with each other. Now I am suddenly telling them to phase separate, and it starts to phase separate, but there is no nucleation. There is a mass bulk phase separation, but phase separation in which it finds it was in free energy surface, like the upper free energy surface, it then suddenly finds in lower free energy surface. But mass is conserved. I cannot just destroy one A particle in place and replace it by a B particle. Similarly, I cannot take a B particle from here and put into an A particle. I cannot do that. Number is conserved. So I must do it in a progressive fashion, moving around. How do they move in such a dense thing? They move by diffusion. That is the only thing, the mass movement. So, however, this is a very strange diffusion. Diffusion usually, diffusion makes inhomogeneous system homogeneous. That is what diffusion is. Actually, diffusion is very closely connected with entropy. There is a relation between diffusion and entropy. There are actually several relations. Diffusion increases, entropy increases. So, diffusion favors entropy. So, you have an inhomogeneous system which has lower entropy, then diffusion makes them homogeneous. That because entropy increases. This is very easily understandable, very pictorial and very, although profound, but very simple to understand. However, now we are in a different situation. We are now in a homogeneous system. That homogeneous system has to become inhomogeneous, but with the diffusion. So that is why this is sometimes called spinodal decomposition, is called Aphel diffusion. Let me give you some example now, because we are talking a lot. So this is an example of computer generated spinodal decomposition and the evolution of structure through dynamics. So at a high temperature, A and B, I made one, A may be white, B may be black. So the black and white is just empty, and blacks are these small squares. So here is near almost 50%, and then I suddenly quench it, then it starts to phase separate. It is different from nucleation. You can see is a large scale, large amplitude phase separation scenario. So now it goes intermediate, you can see nascent phase separation. How does it do now? A likes A now, A wants to be with A, that is what the free energy dictates it. B wants to be with B, that is what free energy dictates it. So now the nearby black ones, they start forming chains, and white ones, they form chains. So you start seeing the initial pattern formation. Then they move around more and blacks form, and but they have to avoid each other, and in the process they form this beautiful pattern which is called spinodal pattern. And this is what one sees in many cases in nature, in metallurgy, in physics, chemistry, in any kind of things, and in also in basic theory goes over almost to the animal world, a very similar equations that we are going to use, that is used. So the formation of this pattern, and that can be experimentally studied through X-ray, and the X-ray scattering will pick out this pattern formation, will pick out the emergence of the length scale, and this length scale then shows as a peak in the X-ray structure factor. There are many things like that. These are stronger attraction between similar space component, that A likes A, B likes A. Then homogeneous mixture, high temperature, entropy dominates, but suddenly going to low temperature, it is the enthalpy that is driving force, and in non-equilibrium conditions, sudden temperature drop, etc. Phase separation mechanism is different from nucleation and growth. What we studied in the last lecture or so, there is a nucleation year before, last two lectures, nucleation and growth. Now it is different, but it is nevertheless is a very well known of phase separation. And so there is the showing that the volcano, the volcanic rocks that form, and when the volcano takes place, then after that it's just go out and suddenly finds itself from something like 5000 degrees centigrade or something like that to room temperature, to it 0 degree centigrade for 5 degrees centigrade, and then these beautiful patterns that form, because a volcanic melt has many different components. Ferrous sulfide is one of them, and some zinc and other things are there, and they like to be among themselves, and so that is beautiful. So you can imagine always that here, out of a homogeneous state, we are getting an inhomogeneous state. So you immediately one thing that comes to your mind, okay, so this is the free energy minimum, okay, 2 free energy minimum, but I have to separate them out. So in diffusion, yes, but there is also surface tension will play an important role, because I have to create the surface. There was no surface before, now there is a surface. So again, so surface is being created, and many surfaces being created. Okay, so surface tension going to play a very important role. So system tries to avoid formation of surface, but in this case there is no way. But you can imagine what will happen in the very long time. These patterns will become thicker and thicker. So slowly some islands will disappear, like this island here, this will disappear. They will go into here and there, and then next these island will disappear, these island will disappear. So there will be thickening or called coarsening. Ultimately, in a very long time, there will be phase separation, just like 1A, 1B, but that may take a very long time. That is why even volcanic rocks formed a million years before, we still have the patterns. And so this evolution takes place in time dependent, and we will briefly discuss them, how to understand that. Okay. So this is what I just said, the sudden temperature change, then A and B, and these T much greater than homogeneous things, then A plus B here, and then we can also say that very important phase diagram in a binary mixture is a very common phase diagram you study in your undergraduate physical chemistry, that if an A and B, then homogeneous phase where A plus B are here, and then it is like gas liquid, then this is a phase boundary, and then inside you remember the lever rule and all these things, then the phase separate like that. But there is, you can quench, if you quench it, usually you see only this one, but if you quench it, then you get, this is the spinodal line, and that it forms somewhere, I will see this somewhere here it forms, and then there is an unstable region that we will discuss little bit now. Okay. So important thing of spinodal decomposition is very important. In absence of an activation barrier, it is controlled by diffusion. It is all through, it is very important, it occurs through all through the bulk. It is not unlike nucleation, which occurs in a local region. So it's a, that's what we call is large amplitude phenomena. It is almost everywhere in the system it is happening. System is falling out of equilibrium, and falling out of equilibrium in a really dramatic fashion. Then free energy gradient, but it is driven by free energy gradient, but resisted by diffusion. So many system this thing is seen. I am repeating here, but I just show you one of the computer simulation results that is a binary mixture, two species A and B, blue and red, and then you quench it, and then in the long term and you quench it, and then you remove some vibration, then you find this beautiful pattern. So these guys are connected one, and blue is connected below that like that. So it's just like the pattern I showed you, that they form this beautiful pattern intertwined in a beautiful way, and this is a pattern formation in a spinodal decomposition. So this is again the same thing, different stages of pattern formation we showed here. So now let us do the theory. Little bit of theory I will do, not to a great deal, but some amount of understanding which evolve. Again, these are nothing but based on Landau theory, and it's very similar kind of thing we did Becker-Doring thing. But now in Becker-Doring, although we had to go up, now we are coming down. So free energy and all these beautiful things happening. One of the reasons that I like to do this spinodal decomposition and nucleation, because this is take you to a deeper understanding, but they at the same time without too much difficult calculations, but at the same time it is a beautiful physical insight that the student gets, and it is something which is as I told you, this is the same thing used in a very large number of cases, and very nice. Okay, so enough of that. Now let us see certain amount of little bit of equations. As I said, it is nothing but Landau again. So I am now in the initially at time t equal to 0, I am here, I from here I have dropped here, I have dropped, the red one is the guy I have dropped. Now that thing now is going to go into this direction, and is going to go this direction, and I want to do the evolution. Okay, now so let me start with a free energy at the this is C naught, this is my C naught. Now I want to say, okay, I want a small fluctuation in composition around this region. So I write f C naught plus delta C by these small fluctuations with a little bit on this direction or little bit on that direction, any of the direction. I have chosen them so symmetric, so it does not matter. So now I expand it in a Landau expansion, the Taylor expansion, f C naught, f dot C naught d C, then half delta f dot C. So it is a second derivative that comes in, and already as I have described many times, this is derivative, first derivative evaluated C naught, here that thing is maximum. So this term goes to 0, and I again take to this part to here and call it delta f, this quantity is delta f, and then I have only this term left on the right hand side. So this is my simple equation. So if I do a small fluctuation, now this is a maximum. So if second derivative this quantity is negative, f double is less than 0, then I am coming down. So there are two regions. In this region, a small fluctuation decreases free energy, but if I ultimately reach here, then any small fluctuation increases energy. So here small fluctuations increases the energy, free energy. Here small fluctuation decreases free energy. So it goes through F double prime greater than 0, which is the condition of the minimum, less than 0. So in between there somewhere it must be 0. So somewhere here F double prime C must be equal to 0. So this time where the F double prime C changes sign from negative to positive is an inflection point. This is the point which is called the spinodal point. That is where the character nature of force coming from free energy on the system changes, and this is the called spinodal line. Is a fairly well known terminology we use, but in the level of free energy, it is described in terms of second derivative of free energy and the function of the composition. Okay. So when we did nucleation, we went up like that, and now in the spinodal decomposition we are coming down from the free energy landscape. How a simple free energy landscape is introduced by Landau, it describes such huge phenomena, and that's why in physics community and condensed matter, science in general, these kind of pictures are so admired, because they give us, we invest so little and we get back so much in return.